This is IGN.
A tight techno-thriller that's also a surprisingly good date movie. This is your IGN review of Drop by Katie Reif. Usually, the most harrowing thing that might happen if you fail to modify your airdrop settings is a bunch of teenagers sending you random dick pics, a scenario that's tweaked in the new Christopher Landon-directed techno-thriller Drop. Landon, who also made Happy Death Day and Freaky, loves a gimmick, and What If Phone But Scary sure seems like one. Fortunately, Drop is more interested in thrilling the audience than winking at us, and is a more entertaining film as a result. Drop makes harassment by Bluetooth scary by pivoting away from the prankster angle early on. At first, Violet, played by Megan Faye, is annoyed when someone starts sending her random memes as she waits for her date to arrive at a swanky restaurant on the 38th floor of a Chicago skyscraper. Then the messages start getting more personalized, and Violet realizes that whoever is targeting her, she's not sure who, but it has to be someone within 50 feet given their weapon of choice, is watching her, setting a locked room mystery plot into motion. Violet isn't handling her first time away from her son Toby since his infancy very well either, compounding her jitters about meeting Henry, played by Brandon Sklenar, the handsome photographer she's been messaging on a dating app for the past 3 months. Henry is patient and understanding, and genuinely interested in building a relationship. Without revealing too much, it's very unlikely that he's the one provoking Violet. And in a movie landscape choked with well-meaning but hacky takedowns of monstrous men hiding behind friendly facades, it's kind of refreshing to have a movie where the nice guy is actually, well, nice. Drop's tight structure and compounding twists are reminiscent of M. Night Shyamalan, with the major difference being that Shyamalan would never get as snarky as Landon does in the first act. Search Party's Jeffrey Self carries much of the comedic burden as an oversharing, eager-to-please waiter who loses his patience with Violet's increasingly bizarre requests, but has to keep smiling and accommodating her. This is a very expensive restaurant after all. There are some sick giggles to be had later on, one of them an R-rated Spielberg bit involving Toby, a loaded handgun, and a remote-control car. But for the most part, Drop abandons the wisecracks once the stakes reach life-or-death heights. Not every part of this more earnest approach works. Even when it's not a joke a minute, a Christopher Landon movie is probably not the place to be exploring themes of domestic abuse. But the fundamentals of action, tension, and escalating suspense are strong, and Landon makes great use of the claustrophobic central location and its vertigo-inducing heights. This unpretentious thrill ride is a fun diversion, and a surprisingly good date movie, providing your date isn't too triggered by a lounge piano rendition of Baby Shark. Look, parenthood is difficult, y'all. Drop is a tightly plotted and unpretentious thrill ride. By concentrating on suspense, with only a light sprinkling of snark, Happy Death Day and Freaky director Christopher Landon successfully pulls off the techno-paranoiac premise of a night on the town disrupted by a series of escalating Bluetooth-enabled threats. The result is a locked room mystery that's also a surprisingly good date movie. Drop's IGN score? 7 out of 10. Thanks for listening to IGN. My name is Tony Jackson, and for the latest updates on Drop, visit us at IGN.com.
Spoken Layer.